With so much shit going on in the world, first off, peace and blessings. God created it. Regardless if you feel like you don't believe in religions and shit like that, who the fuck does? It's controlling and it's objective to how motherfuckers perceive shit, and they take money. But I'm talking to you about shit. I just seen a clip of this war still going on in Gaza, the shit that's going on in Africa that's been going on my whole life. This man-woman shit gets obsolete when you see real lives being taken. Like children are being murdered, adults are being murdered, older elders are being murdered, killed, raped, like it's tragic shit going on. But we can't get to talking about none of that shit because this man-woman shit keep coming up. We can't get shit going. Because the shit that I see on this internet and in real life has showed me that people being in imagination station, being in the delusional sense of self-righteousness, of getting to choose what's best for the greater good, being the mothers getting to choose what's best for the children without no say-so of the person they had them with. Women get to make money off their sexuality to the point women who don't have to take off their clothes to make money don't even praise women that don't have to do that. The only women who get praise is the ones who take their clothes off. What happened to the days when a woman could have a sweater on and some nice pants, excuse me, and be respected, treasured, loved? Go back to any episode of The Cosby Show. Felicia Rashad playing Claire Huxtable was the epitome of smooth, clean, beautiful face. You didn't have to insinuate nothing else about her. Her face was pretty enough, and she was always covered up. She never came out with the cleavage showing, with the thigh-high slit in the dress, or none of that type of shit. And there's other examples on TV shows over the years where mothers were perceived as mothers. Now, the mother is the first one in the club with the shortest skirt on a fucking Wednesday, Thursday night, trying to turn up and be lit. And whoever them kids with is who them kids with, because I still want to party and kick shit. I know I had them children, but I deserve to kick shit. Who's telling people shit like this? Dick come with something. I would pay every bill to every child I had and any other child that I could to help out, or people, if I had the resources. If I can't make the resources, you ain't gonna tell me I'm less as a person or a man. But a woman make a choice to fuck some, have a nigga come in them, don't believe in abortions, have a child, go full term or however long. And it's just, I don't want to do this anymore. It's hard. You control how you had the child, pimp. But listen to this shit, I threw the massage. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
How many kids?
5.
5 kids. All by the same man?
No.
How many men?
4. 4 different.
Why are these questions so hard for you to answer?
They're not hard for me to answer at all.
Why didn't you settle down with any of your children's dads? You have 4.
It just I could just say that it just wasn't the timing, and we just didn't add up together.
How much money do you make? What's the least?
The least, because I have my own business, I have my own house, so is at least like 100,000.
At least 100,000.
Yeah,
So the baby dads didn't make 100K, but the new guy has to make 100K.
and so that's why I just, I just feel like I have a mind of elevation, and they weren't on the same page as me, and I'm trying to go somewhere in life, and if it's not just adding up, then I'm not gonna stay. I'm not gonna settle.
Here's my thing, man. Here's my thing. You have a mind of elevation, you don't want to settle. Bro, like, you got 5 kids. At what point at any time where you were like, I need to stop and focus on myself? I am pushing baby out to baby out. Not after the second, not after the third, not even after the fourth, all right? So for you to say that you're trying to level up, that doesn't make no sense to me. And then not only that, so you had a baby by not only just the second guy. I know a lot of women that have a baby by the second guy and just be super unhappy, like doubting every decision in their life because they didn't want to go out and live a life with several baby daddies, in which they do now. But that wasn't a thought at the third guy. That wasn't a thought at all at getting into the fourth guy. Like, I just don't understand, man. I admire the fact that you're trying to level up and get your hustle on with your business, but at the same time,
I don't admire it. We gotta stop this shit. Give me the resources and the money to be able to make 15, 20 fucking thousand a month, and you will see who I take care of, what I finance, what I buy, where I'm taking these children on trips, showing them things, making sure they got a safe place to live, clothes on their back, socks, shoes, food, clean water, teaching them things, teaching them skills, teaching them. But if I don't have that money, the government has said to me, you ain't fit. The mother put you on child support. I go to the job, try to make a little money. They take most of the money. They're not paying me shit already. So on top of not paying me shit, they gonna take out whatever they need to take out, which that's not the problem. The problem is pay me more so if I can give them money, it doesn't hurt the fact that, okay, now I need to get something to eat. Well, you should have thought about, bro, it's been plenty of niggas who were married to their wife, took their time playing their fucking children with their wife, and they were doing just fine, and fucking life happened around this bitch. How many niggas have gotten divorced because their wives wanted to divorce them because it was boring, or he wasn't this, or exciting, and da-da-da-da-da. Where now, that man gets sick, lose his job, but if not, she take his pension, she take the house, the kids, the car, and he has to pay alimony and child support, and he doesn't make the money. If he makes the money, what about how stressed he gets from having to worry about will he be able to cover him getting a 1-bedroom spot, getting around with some type of transportation, as well as the responsibilities that now the court has deemed him responsible for. I don't decide how money is made. Now, if you want me to go rob a Brinks truck or go upside a nigga's head, or preferably somebody Caucasian or Asian's head for some money, because I damn sure can't ask you niggas, can I work for you, because y'all ain't hiring. I don't commend fucked up behavior. I live in a world where it's haves and have-nots. And people who doing money, I know plenty motherfuckers don't do for their children or no one else. I ain't justifying that. I'm saying give me the money and you'll see I'm not the same as what niggas will say. He don't do this, he only get this. How much do I make? Well, you don't make this because you ain't grinding hard enough. Nigga, how much you make? Oh, exactly. Not a number, not too much bigger than the number I can make. Pennies on the fucking dollar, acting like, because you can pay your bills every month. You somebody. Because you can pay the amount them white folks say it costs to drive this, live there, buy that, eat here, wear that. You can do that at the lowest level that you can do it, then you better than me. You think you can judge me? Come get your ass in the ring, and if I win, I get to take all your money and your assets. I bet you won't take that bet. For any male or female that want to talk about me and say he ain't this, he ain't shit, you can challenge me to anything you think you better than me in, and we go head to head. And if you lose, I will take all your assets. Your monthly income will come to me. I will decide if you get to pay your bills. I will decide what you get to eat, where you go, because you don't have no money. It all just gets fronted to me, and I'll tell you what's good. Since nobody's over my life, won't nobody be over yours but me. U.S. government ain't over my life. Me being a so-called black man in this country, even though I'm lighter skinned, nobody's over my life. It's up to me to make it success. Every nigga who telling you that, let's look at the numbers of how many people are this successful money-wise. Fuck all this goddamn, oh, I feel this way and da-da-da-da-da. How much money do you make? If you make over 100,000, you make over 200,000, you make $500,000, $1 million a year. Let's do the real numbers on what it took and tell me what job out here that you can make them. I ain't say go make a job. See, that's the problem. You ain't grinding hard. Nigga, y'all niggas can hear my ideas and steal shit on them. I got ideas to change the game, but who booking? Who buying? Who fucking with the campaign? None of you. It's almost the feeling that these niggas don't want to see me win. They rather me be down where it affect my children, my family, others, because I want to help so many people. Fuck him. I'd rather see him fucked up and down bad since he ain't doing what I want him to do. And I've been a victim of that shit. A woman don't see no value in me. She'd rather see me dead and gone. And that's what the feeling is each day. I feel like, what's the point of me being here most days? Because who the fuck cares? Huh? Who really cares that I'm for hire every day? What do you need? What do you want? If I can do it, shit, come on in. I get 20 clients a week doing different jobs, from cooking to cleaning to repair to moving to this home improvement, counseling. Just wherever you want to go with it, I can help out. I know I can help out. But ain't nobody fucking with the kid. So when I stare up and see that Loomis truck and that Brinks truck, if I knew a way to get one bag or one stack up off that motherfucker without causing a whole bunch of problems, you goddamn right. If I could spend $1.50 and guess the right cash 3, cash 4, cash 5, Mega Millions, I sure would. But I'd rather work for it. But this society tell me, nigga, you don't get to pick your success. We will pick and put other people over you, and it's not your choice, nigga. You can't be what you want to be. You can't move the way you want to move, my nigga. There are levels and limitations, my nigga.
Time. Look, bro, no right man in their, right mind is gonna want to spend their 100,000 hard-earned dollars on you and them kids. I mean, right now you're just gonna have to settle. You could be settling, man. I think that's reaching really, really far, man. To be honest with you, and like I said before, man, you're probably gonna be settling with another dad that makes average good money, some mediocre good money, that has kids. And y'all just gonna have to add to the kid count. Y'all gonna wind up having a family with like 6, 7, 8 kids before you know it. And that's okay, bro. That was the cards that were dealt to you. So hey, if you're a hustler, you don't mind working. How are you a business owner with 5 kids? That's just tough, bro. That's just really tough. So I'm thinking I said this in my reaction on my smaller channel. So I did a reaction this one more time because I wanted my bigger audience to know that, bro, how do you take care of this business with all these kids, bro? Those kids are expensive. Being a small business owner takes time. Now, there's ways to work around it, but what I'm saying is, I feel like there's a bunch of supplemental income that's coming into you to allow you to do all this, aka child support. I'm just saying, right? Child support could be paving a good, comfortable way for you right now. Because look, how many people you know that's single with 5 kids that's flourishing right now? Be honest, with 4 different baby dads, the odds is already stacked against you. So how are you flourishing? I just need to know. And I'm not knocking you by any means, but you know, I just gotta point out some facts here.
Check this out. What hey, what's going on? What's going on, man? Wait, no, baby. What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about?
Husband caught his wife cheating.
I'm saying, what are you talking about, baby?
They even had 3 kids and she still cheating.
What you doing with my mama girlfriend, huh? Say, I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this. I respected you. I respected you. I respected you. I'm just saying, I'm talking to my wife right now. That I got 3 kids with. 3 kids. 3 kids. We all stay in the same house. What are you doing with my mama girlfriend? What you thought when you dropped the kids off to my sister?
I was just kids.
What you talking about? You lying now.
I'm not.
You lying now.
I'm gonna take them home to the kids.
Why you lying?
Bro, look, man, how many stories do you know that it's the roommate that's cheating on you with the person that you love? They can be the girl that's living in the house with you and your old man is cheating with, bro. It can be the dude that's living with you that she's cheating with, man. Come on, dude. That is too close to home. That's why it's really not a good idea long term to have your partner in the house with you or your best friend in the house with you, because things ain't going, unless y'all really click tight, bro. I mean, sometimes that don't even work, man. I mean, personally in my life, I never had to go through anything like that, even growing up and having roommates. But man, I don't know, man. I don't know. You at McDonald's, you ain't getting shit for those kids. You had 3 kids, bro. That's 1 bag, bro. That's not 3 Happy Meals, bro. You out there, you actually having a casual lunch date with your old man's, your husband, best friend. Let's keep it honest, bro. Like, you just out there just doing what it does, and he's okay with it, bro. And he act like he wasn't gonna get caught. Come on now, that's not cool. I don't see you saying, "Hey, babe, you want to come to McDonald's? Me and such gonna make a quick stop." Blah blah blah. What was his invite? He had to
together. In the 12th year of our marriage, Carl and I decided that I was going to have multiple partners because I had met and fallen for another guy. So I came back and reported that to Carl.
So we decided to talk about it. Like, what do we do? How do we go about this? And that began a 2-year journey of Kenya and I just kind of discussing things. We just had to figure things out. So we discussed it for a number of years. I finally came into the knowledge and understanding about feminine, expression, and realized you have to allow women to be free and express themselves. And as a man, I just support her in doing that.
A group of guys walk by, grab your ass, and start pressing you. Your man was right there. What would you want him to do? Your husband, by the way.
I want my husband to tell me keep walking.
In that situation, that's protecting.
That's protection, yes.
The woman, because if you turn it into a physical altercation, y'all are both.
Yeah, you risk both of our lives.
So what kind of protection is that?
Right. You gotta think about the vision, not right now. That right now stuff, that's why men are in jail. I want my husband to say, keep walking. Unless somebody is physically assaulting me, I don't want to lose him, and I know he don't want to lose me either. That is his protection. That is his covering. And I feel like women a lot of times just don't get the bigger picture because
Yo, this is a very, very tough question to ask, bro. Actually, this actually happened to me. I was young, man. I was 16 probably, and I was walking, downtown the city, and a group of guys, they didn't necessarily grab my old lady at the time's ass. They grabbed a hand and kind of pulled it, like, what's up? And I'm like, knowing they clicked up, man, they grouped up, man. I just gotta stand my ground because that's just who I am. So I'm like, yo, dude, that's me, bro. And at the end of the day, I was, they kept it moving, we kept it moving. Nothing really came from it, but there was thoughts like, man, this is a moment that could lead to something in an instant. That thought will cross your mind. But I'm saying here, man, if it's just y'all, this is tough, man. This is tough. I mean, do you think logically as a man, like, yo, the odds are against us? How I'm supposed to protect you if I can't protect me and we both go down? Like that doesn't make no sense, man. Or you just follow, you.
Stop nagging oral pain now and get long-lasting oral pain relief with Oragel. Smile easy.
All this, I'm sure you know the ladies that we talked about. You heard the ladies respond. What's your advice to men these days? You see these women advocating for divorce. You coach a lot of men. You said, I'm married to the game, right? So what's your advice for the average dude out there that's looking to have a pretty woman in his life? Should he get married? Should he never get married? How do you raise kids? What's your best approach?
Well, one, I'll say to that lady who was talking, misery loves company. So, nobody wants to be single and divorced by themselves. Exactly. And as far as dudes, you should never get married. There's no benefit to a man to get married. If you can tell me one, you can tell me one. If one of these ladies wants to give me a benefit for the man, but there's no benefit for a man to get married. Instead, it benefits the woman more, so there's really no point. Marriage is what a made-up idea, so I don't need the government and a piece of paper to make you not leave me. You could leave me, you could cheat on me regardless of this paper, so why do we need it? So if you leave, you can take half of what I have. Dang. So it's really just not a smart business decision.
So where do you factor in prenups, paperwork, arrangements, right? Because you're 24 years old, right? You got married, you're how old?
23.
23. You got engaged, almost married when you were 19.
You're useless.
You don't have any money. You ain't got shit going on.
Yeah.
You think, what are you gonna take half of my fucking snack pack over here? Like, I don't have anything. So this is what I say for most men, like at this point in my life, if I ever get married, because I was engaged for a long time, had a prenup, thank God. If I ever get married again, believe me, I got too much to lose at this point. But that's why I tell people, guys should wait their time, and women should prioritize their time and maximize their time. But for young men out there, do you just say, don't ever get married? Even older men? Like, is it across the board? Is it a blanket statement?
If you have...
Hey guys, it's your girl Melanie. And so I came across this clip about why men should never get married I think in the West. And sadly, I have reached that conclusion. I didn't believe that for a long time. I believed that, okay, well, if you find the right woman and she has the right mindset and things like that, if you work really hard, you can, really build a marriage and start a family. Don't be so negative. Don't be so pessimistic. There are people every day getting married and blah, blah, blah. But the more I dig into the work that I do, studying relationships and dating and marriage, I do not see the benefit for men in particular in the West. I actually don't even see the benefit of men having children with women in the West. And I know that is a scary thought to say because, economies are built off of families. We need the next generations to keep moving forward. But the traditional values that used to be the backbone of America, the backbone of marriage and relationships, those have gone out the window. And the reason why they've gone out the window is because of Western women. Western women, even the ones that seem okay enough, or they seem to not be as bad, I find that they are indoctrinated with feminism and that they don't have respect for men, they don't value men, they don't treasure men. They see themselves as higher than men in all regards. They feel as though a man owes them something. And they feel as though they can manipulate and control a man through marriage. So even if things start out great, down the line, if she's dissatisfied, well, then she can use the court system against you to take everything that you have, to take your children away, to do all these types of things to you. And so I have reached the conclusion, sadly, that it is because of the way women operate today. And I've said this many times, most women operate, they behave as ladies of the night for Chad and Tyrone. They ignore the vast majority of men. And they
Ladies
all
of
are
the
clamoring
night.
for the top,
Ladies
you know,
of the
I would
night.
say 5% of men that are out there.
Of the
Those who
night.
have the 6'6", the 6 feet tall, over 6 figures. And I would just say 6 figures, 100,000. A lot of women are saying that that's too low for them. If you see some of the derangement out there, they consider that even too low now. So over 6 figures, and then some people say 6-pack, some people say well above 6 inches. It's what women are looking for. So they're all clamoring for the same man. They all want Chad and Tyrone. They all are looking for arm candy in a man. They're all looking for a provider so that they can be lazy, do whatever they want, and this man will kind of be their safety net in life. And that if they're not happy in a relationship or marriage, they can eventually just take everything from him. And so the vast majority of, and eventually, a lot of times because she,
No, don't get married.
Do you advocate?
yeah, I agree that I just don't see the benefits in today's society. It's just women have destroyed it by their behavior and their narcissistic attitudes towards the vast majority of men out here.
Nothing to get taken from you, then yeah, go ahead, get married. But if you have something worth losing, no, don't get married.
Do you advocate also not living with women then?
Not what?
Not living with women.
No, I don't not advocate that. You could live with a woman.
So can you live with a woman like 3 years but just not marry her?
You could live with a woman
But
for
then
20
she's
years.
entitled to everything that she would be in a marriage.
In what state?
Most states.
Not all states.
All right, this woman is lying. There's only 8 states that there's common law marriage in, and it's usually 7 years. So she's just like, the modern woman will just cap and lie and doesn't even care if she does. This is the modern woman. Even if a man states facts, even if something is an intelligent conversation, she's going to throw out something so that, because she has the need to be right. She wants to dunk on him. But she's so stupid, she doesn't even realize, she's just saying that, but she has no data to back that up. There's 8 states that have common law marriage, and 7 years is usually the marker for that. And she doesn't have she's not entitled to everything. And in those situations, you can actually create a domestic partnership. Okay, there's other things outside of marriage that you can do in order to form a union with a person to protect yourself. But this dingbat, of course, she can't be wrong. She's gonna get a gotcha. She's got one over on this man. Dumbass.
What about kids, like legally after 7 years?
Yeah, I don't think that's every state though.
Well, he's saying to keep it pure, like as long as you don't have a contract saying that if one of us screws this up, we get something out of it, or I can tank you, then you know at least your love is genuine because I can leave whenever I want, right?
Yeah,
It's almost like a business.
But you can get a contract to avoid that. It's called a prenup.
But if you
get a
live
contract
together,
to set it up
that
so that
even
even
goes
if you're
on
married
too.
with somebody
So then what would
and
be
then
the
you
point?
leave, the contract says you leave with what you came with.
So what was the benefit of us getting married?
Well, it was a benefit in the sense that you're making a commitment to this person and you decide to go to the extreme of signing documents and putting money into it and having this whole experience and having a family and building and so on and so forth, that you can protect yourself by making that. It's just like any type of investment.
Notice how she said you went to the extreme. So they know that it's extreme, guys. They know it's extreme to you put in all this money and contracts and all these things for like. So modern women will admit that it's an extreme thing to do.
The benefit, though,
in
for
today's day and age, what marriage has become, even if men get married, or what they call traditional marriage, is not how marriage was founded. It was not. The way we see marriage today is not what marriage was, what it was intended to be, what it used to be. The values of marriage have gone out of the window. Women today see it as a cash grab. They see it as, I get to, this man is mine. They also see it as a way that they can control a man and that it gives them security. What security is there for a man in a marriage? If he's having to do a prenup, if he's having to do this, he's having to do that, he's trying to do all these things in order to make sure that she doesn't take everything from him, why do it in the first place? Why? I really do not understand. And if is it not enough that he loves you and that he's choosing to be in it? You want someone to have to stay with you because you have this contract and this piece of paper? And that's what a lot of women want. And a lot of women want it because they think a man is going to cheat on them, when it really shows that men and women cheat at the same rate. And I believe women cheat more. They're just better at hiding it. And women cannot admit their faults. Women can never reflect and say what they've done wrong. So I believe a lot of women have cheated, and they just haven't. The reason why it shows that women are lower in terms of cheating in like by a few percentage points, is because women are less to admit they're wrong. We already know women don't apologize, so why would they admit they did something wrong in the first place? To a woman, everything is justified. But again, she's even saying it's extreme. It makes no sense.
Investment you make, you get insurance.
Well, let me ask you guys this last question. So I hear you, like men, especially since a lot of podcasts like this have popped up, these conversations happen, and I'm friends with a lot of the guys that do this. They say, listen, why it makes no sense for a guy, especially a successful guy, right? You know, I have a lot of buddies that are married, successful guys. Now they've been married 10 years. They got married in their early 30s. They're in their early 40s now. We're starting to see some divorces start to occur. It's not so much the great divorce, but it's starting to occur. Right. Got it. But you know, they say it takes two to tango, that whole deal. I totally understand where you're coming from, especially if you have too much to lose. But I want to understand from the ladies, you're dating a guy. It's been 2 years, 3 years, whatever. You're 26, 24, 28, 32, whatever. It's time to get married, right? You said you're 29, 27. All right. You're dating a guy. You don't have the marriage conversation the first day. We get it. You're dating. And you want to have that conversation. He goes, look, baby, I love you. All right? I want to be with you. I want to spend my time with you. I want to have kids with you. I want to have a family with you. I just can't do the government marriage thing. I'll marry you in a courthouse. I'm not in a courthouse. I'll marry you in a church, in a temple, in a mosque. We'll go to the beach. We'll go away. We'll do a destination. I can't. I have too much to lose. And I would love to be with you forever. I can't do it. I want to be with you. I just can't actually do the paperwork. What would you say?
I'm fine with that. If we have the whole lifestyle, like living together with kids and a party to celebrate our love, and it's pure like that, I'm totally fine with that. I'm not dependent on a man really for like anything financial. I can take care of myself. So if we're like naturally and organically coming together, I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah, but that's easy to say when you don't have kids, sweetheart. Of course, when you pop out 2-3 kids, you're not going to be like, listen, I don't need a man. I can take care of myself. No. You're literally going to be taking care of the kids.
Well, we'll have, I would assume another, like, kind of agreement that we're 50-50 responsible for the children.
Okay, so there is an agreement now.
Yeah, but we're not talking about a marriage contract, right?
Okay.
Right, so I'm okay
I'm
with the
asking you guys what would work in that.
absolutely not.
What are you going to say?
I don't know. If you've been common law for 3 years, you're basically entitled to anything that a married woman is. So if a guy was
No, it's not. Where is she getting this statistic that in every state, for if you live with a guy for 3 years, you're common law married? Like, what is she talking about?
Actually, fact though, common law, you're entitled to anything?
basically, yeah, everything. It's
For like 3 weeks,
You're
relax.
entitled to alimony as well. You're also entitled to child.
On what state?
Most states. I think you'd have to find me a state
Okay,
that doesn't.
Malik, we're going to need to Google that real quick. So common law marriage kicks in if you're living together for 3 years?
I thought it was. It depends on the state.
I've heard 7.
Yeah. So some states
I've
are
heard
2.
7.
on the state. Wait, then I need to go back in time.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
Some states are 2, some are 3, some are
3.
5, and some are like it's all. But the
So
basic way I
common
say to them
law.
is, I'd say
We got to look into this.
In the 8 states that you have that there is common law marriage, some you have to actually apply for common law marriage. It's not just automatic. Like this is the modern woman, everybody. Like she's advocating or speaking as though she has all her ducks in a row. Like this is gospel. This is law. This is facts. Like this is so. I mean, this is how modern women lead each other astray with foolishness like this. And it doesn't matter what it is, because they have a need to be right. They will just make up things because they feel it. Everything, the modern woman, if she thinks it, it must be true. If she feels it or she thinks it's right, then it must be. It doesn't. That is what is fact or not fact. Does it feel good to me? Does it make sense to me? Then it must be a fact. And then they wonder why men don't want to get married anymore. You're dealing with like such illogical craziness.
What you know about this? Kate, you're with some dude. You're together a couple years. I love you, baby. Let's do this as a family. You just can't get married to the government. What would you say?
I would say, like, no, I'd leave, because I think that...
You said you would leave?
Yeah, because to me, I think that when you go into a marriage and you're agreeing to make that commitment to each other, like, there's a matter of, like, trust that you have within the relationship and the bond that, like, you're creating. And if you're going to go into that and you have to have, like, a backup plan for yourself or, like, a safety net, then you're already expecting it to fail. You're not completely invested in the marriage or the relationship in general. Like, you're already anticipating that it's not going to work out. So why would I go into it with you if you're not planning that it's going to work out and you're not trusting that we're going to work it out and be together?
Let me ask you something. You bring up a good point. You drive a car?
I do.
What kind of car?
It's a Honda.
That a girl? What kind of car insurance you got?
It like all the insurance on the, I don't know, it's
You got
Allstate.
car insurance?
I do.
Okay. You're a pretty healthy girl, right?
I think so.
Okay, what kind of health insurance you got?
It's my mom's.
Okay, but you have health insurance.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So even though you're healthy, you have health insurance.
Okay.
Even though you have a car, you're never in a car accident, you have car insurance.
Yes.
What if I were to tell you that the prenup is just divorce insurance?
I get the concept behind it 100%. Like, I understand like the logic of like you need to protect yourself and everything, but I just don't think in my particular situation I would feel comfortable then going into that, like having kids, raising a whole family and doing all of these things with someone if I felt like in the back of their mind there was still a piece where they like felt like they had to like have an escape route.
What happens
or,
if there was an agreement? Like, look, you're gonna get a push present for every kid for every year that we stay divorced. I'm sorry,
like a Birkin
stay
per
divorced.
kid?
For every year that we're married, you're gonna get X amount. I'm not gonna leave you high and
But
dry.
then what's
like,
the difference between
I just don't want a court or the government telling us what we need to do.
What's crazy is that women think they have options, that they somehow, well, I'm not going to marry a guy if he does. I'm not going to be with a guy if he doesn't marry me. Okay, you just will be left out. Like, men are not going to break their neck, especially the high value men that you know a girl like that, a woman like that wants. We're not talking about, a beta male, who's just so happy to have any woman, look his direction. She's not even going to want that guy. So we're talking about the successful 666 guy that we know they all want. He's gonna be like, okay, next. Like they think that they have some type of control over this, that they have the upper hand, that, oh, well, you're not gonna get me if you don't do this. Okay, you're next. Like, women control sex, men control relationships. Men lay the rules out as to how a commitment, a relationship will go. It is on these high value men, they are the ones that set the terms. Everything else, it's non-negotiable. Why do women think that they are so special that he is going to change his entire world? He's going to give all his assets. He's just going to now has seen this and knows to eliminate her.
But I don't need the magistrate up in Dade County telling me what to do. Is that something you'd be open to?
It'd be a conversation, but initially I'm like grabbing the keys, packing the bags, like, all right, have a great life. But, it takes some convincing.
Bye. You see how much pride? I'm grabbing the keys.
But they'll marry you. What do you say this?
Listen, for me, I date to marry. And prenup is another thing. Like, I've dated millionaires in the past. And
she dates to marry, but she's in there in a bra top and a see-through bra top. But she dates to marry. Is this your wife? Is this your wife right here? This is what the modern woman doesn't understand. She's advertising her goods all into the street. And she's saying that she is a wife, that she's dating to marry. Really, ma'am? Are you dressing to marry?
I was always upfront with the idea of I don't care about prenup, because if I don't have as much as the guy I'm dating and he's already built his empire alone and he has all that money and he wants a prenup, that's perfectly fine, because I don't want to take anything away from a man who got to that point in his life before even meeting me.
That's cap. This is cap. This is cap. Women, they virtue signal like this, but once they have you trapped and locked down, she's gonna change. This is just, I'm just telling you how women are. I'm a woman. I know how these women think. They do not understand men. They don't try to understand men. She's like, well, he's built that, then of course I'll do that. Absolutely not. She's hoping, she's basically catfishing and hoping that a high value man